Hey guys, it's Tessa. So today I am continuing a tradition I've kind of started with Christmas season for my husband. Every year I make him a Christmas gift. Last year I made him these mittens, and this year I am crocheting him his favorite Pokemon. It's Gengar, and I am using the Bernat Blanket Brights because it's the only purple close enough-ish. And I'm using the pattern by Zelia Crochet. I'll put the thing here and you can figure it out. The pattern looks really good overall. The only complaint he had is that the Gengar looks really short and like chunky. I'm probably gonna keep that. I'm not really sure. The only problem I think I'll run into if I change that is the weight of the body over the legs. I think part of the reason why it is that small. I have already started working on it. I'm working on the head slash body, and I think I'm just gonna try to get through that tonight. I've given myself a couple days to work on this. I have plenty of time before Christmas. It's only the start of November, but I just want to get this done so that it is done and I don't have to worry about it or put it on the back burner, because I haven't even started our annual Christmas stockings. For the last 3 years I've made us Christmas stockings. Last year's was super crazy. I haven't even started our ones for this year, and it's again the start of November, and I usually start them I think mid-October, or at least last year's I started mid-October because it was super intricate. But let me know if you guys want a video on that or not. I'm not really sure, but yeah, so I'm gonna try to get to the body and I'll check in again in a little bit. Alright, so I finished the body of Gengar. The only thing I really did differently on the pattern that I wish I did at the start as well is during the decreases, we were decreasing by 6 all the way down. And personally, I feel like that creates this point every time I do these like amigurumi projects. So for the bottom, once I hit 24 stitches, I dropped to 16 and then to 8 instead of dropping to 18, 12, then 6. I just felt like it was more rounded, and I know a lot of people do that with amigurumi recently. Anywho, we have the body done. Finished it this morning / sometime today because I was hurting my hands a bit to continue working on last night, and I'd like to have my hands not hurting. I am gonna run out of yarn though if I keep working on it. I think I only have enough to probably do the arms or the legs. But Saturday, my husband and I are going on a date, and we're heading to another Joann's to where I can hopefully find the same dye lot again and get another ball of the yarn. I was very smart, did not look at the pattern requirements before purchasing the yarn. But anywho, that's where we're at. Alright, so I got more of the Gengar purple. Also, I have new hair. Cute, I know. Anywho, so I got more of the purple for Gengar, and I have completed both the hands. I'm working on one of the legs right now. So for the legs, I decided to do 2 layers of the like cardboard inserts, just because Gengar is already kind of becoming a hefty bitch. So I have 2 layers here in this first foot. One thing I'll say regarding specifically these feet instructions, for the toes, it's a little unclear of exactly what it wants you to do, because it states to do like the toe repeat starting on a certain stitch and complete it, and then it tells you to single crochet into the remaining 13, into the next 13 stitches, but there's no context on whether or not I should be ending with 13 stitches or if it's just the next current 13 stitches, because on a different part of this leg pattern it notes specifically do not continue crocheting into the remaining stitches on the row, just finish at a certain number. So that's just, it's just a little bit confusing right there because I'm not 100% sure exactly what it wants me to do. But I decided to just single crochet all the way around. I figured that might be the smartest decision, again, for just getting that flat baseline. And yeah, so this is the first foot done. I think I'm gonna call it for tonight because I did one of the arms and this foot tonight. I'm not feeling the best today, so I don't have a lot of energy at the moment, but I'm gonna cool my jets for a little bit, probably work on a different, more simpler project. I will also say this is probably a me thing, but I think I've heard other people talk about this as well. I am using a 6mm hook for this blanket yarn, and it is killing my hand. I can only get through a couple pieces clearly a night because it's just so much pressure. The blanket yarn is so much thicker than what the hook is, and I didn't want to size up all the way to like an 8mm because then this guy would be massive, and I just don't want him that big. But yeah, so that is where we're going to stop for right now, and I will check back in probably when both the legs are done. So I attached the legs to the Gengar. I also had Taco Bell for lunch. Leave me alone. Look how stupid he is. He's only currently standing because I made one of the earpieces. Oh, see, he's falling immediately. Oh god. I made one of the earpieces and I was trying to figure out when I was attaching the legs, like balance wise. Also, I'll say this is my one problem with this pattern so far. There's barely any instructions when it comes to attaching the body parts and stuff. You're kind of just winging it. And that's not easy for me because even with fairly clear instructions, I typically fail pretty hard. But yeah, so he has his legs attached. We finished both of them. I'm going to try to attach the arms tonight as well. And then ideally work on the second ear. And then leave the tail and all the spikes for... Leave the tail... Lay down!
Just like...
I think I'm just going to leave the tail and the remaining spikes for later. So my goal currently is just to finish the second ear here and attach the arms for tonight. Ignore how crazy my desk is right now. I'm working on a lot of things. But we've made a lot of progress on Gengar. And I'm excited to show you. And here, I reveal Gengar. He kind of stands on his own. Before his tail, he kind of stood on his own if I like worked on it a little bit. But now he actually stands on his own with a little bit of help from his tail. But I think honestly that works. I'm not gonna do the back spikes in the pattern I think I mentioned previously. There's a ton of back spikes you can do. I don't think I'm gonna do them just because they take too much time, and doing them repeatedly, I think I have to make a total of like 9 of them or 10 of them. It really hurts my hands. Next step is the eyes and the mouth, and I'm terrified for both of those parts. I truly am terrified to do the felt eyes because the eyes and the mouth, they're both made from felt. I have to cut it out, and I don't have a very straight hand when it comes to cutting things. My hands are naturally really shaky. It's kind of hard to tell, but like when I have to be precise, my hands get really shaky. And so it's hard for me to do that. I can print out a template that's shown on the pattern, but my printer doesn't work, so I can't do that actually. So my plan is make a couple different shapes for the eyes, especially since the sizing of my Gengar I think is a little bit different from what the pattern originally uses or has. So I'm gonna make a couple different sets of the eyes. I think the mouth I can go pretty standard with and not have too many problems. I'm also choosing to, I get choices here. Basically what it wants me to do is add an outline to the eyes and the mouth individually so that they pop a little bit more against the purple. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do a method where I do a very thin trail of hot glue around and then cover it in the black yarn for the outline, or if I just want to like glue down the black yarn and make my life a little easier. I don't know yet, I'm not 100% sold on either, but for now, this is where we are stopping. I got through quite a bit of it tonight. I did the second ear horn thing, I did the tail, and I did all 3 of the smaller center horns. So these smaller center ones here, I did this horn and then the tail, were all the ones I worked on tonight. My hands are dying a little bit. I've also been mass making ear warmers. You'll see a video about this soon. These guys though, I've made 12 of them, I think. It's a little crazy. I'm going a little crazy on them, but it's because I really like making them. I'm working on making a pattern for them, so if that's a video you want to see, let me know. But yeah, so that's where we're stopping for tonight. Then we'll check in again when we're done for the reveal. I don't think I'll have my husband's reaction in this video because I think this video is supposed to go up like 3 days after Christmas, and I try to edit all of my videos like weeks in advance, a couple weeks in advance at least. check out my Instagram maybe for his reaction. I'll put it there instead. It is November 30th and we have finished Gengar. So cool. Here's a close-up of him. His eyes. You saw it, didn't you? I need you to put him in air gel again. I can't film this video if he's not in air gel.
Alright, give me a second. Air gel.
He knows. He knows he's going to air gel. Alright, so like I was saying, I finished Gengar. Here's your close-up. His little face pieces, like the eyes and the mouth, are a little crusty with hot glue. I don't care though. He is a stellar man, myth, legend. He's our guy. I don't know how else to elaborate. He is the man. He is the man. And totally, I 100% did not forget that I was filming a video for this and already wrap him up. And then I had to unwrap him. Yeah, but that's it. This is it for today, for this, oh my god, speaking of English. That's it for this week's video. Let me know what you guys think. I will never make this again. Good pattern and all, kills my hands. I hate sewing on body parts. That is my dog, and that is my cue to leave. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I'll see you next week.